Right there. Yeah, I like that. Hey guys, first off, thank you very much for putting up with the technical difficulty there. Second of all, please excuse my voice. Got a bit of a cold that kind of kicked in last night, this morning. So, yeah, we'll just roll with it. So, my voice is still mostly here, so that's good. But thank you guys very much for watching this all with me and everybody else, and for all the awesome comments during the video as well. So all that I'm really doing here is this is a Q&A live stream. That means we have this chat here. You can ask any question you want about the film. Maybe we'll just watch it again on here so that we can reference some things, and then yeah, fire away some questions. Hopefully we have all the technical issues figured out. I saw the mic was a little bit too hot. I turned that down a little bit, maybe a little too much. And I never muted the mic during the beginning. So yeah, that's lovely. But anyway, fire away any questions that you guys have. Meanwhile, a couple other announcements. Number one, leg arms is still on the loose from what I've seen. So hashtag find leg arms. Yeah, it's crazy. I think last we saw him, he was in Minnesota, but yeah. Nick's saying that he really misses him on the farm there, even though he's been fired probably about 20 times. So if you guys see leg arms, please let somebody know. We need to find leg arms. All right. Well, okay, I'll show you something neat here real quick. We got a screenshot of the timeline here. If I can get that up on the screen here. So if any of you guys are into making these videos, here you go. I'm going to have to excuse all these comments for now. I'll have to read all your guys' great comments later. But yeah, here is what the timeline looks like. It's absolutely crazy. So what you see here is some video tracks and audio tracks. This just really shows the time it takes to build one of these. This was probably about a, I want to say a 40-hour project maybe. So they definitely take time. A lot of you guys want longer videos, and I'd love to make them longer, but with what I do, unfortunately, it's just a lot of work to make it longer, and I have to keep audience retention span in mind as well. So yeah, but I'm glad that I could make it 10 minutes long this year, a little over 10 minutes. Not quite as long as the 2017 one, but this works. And someday I'd love to do an hour-long documentary about this type of stuff from different farms. So we'll see if it happens one day. Unfortunately, there's a lot of hoops to jump through to make some big project like that happen. But if you guys want to see it, let me know. If we want to do a harvest across Montana or something like that. Anyway, I do see I have one question from Dewey here. Do you have a shot list beforehand? Not really. This is pretty much fly by the seat of your pants as far as how it's filmed. That's why it takes so long to edit, is I got to figure out what the story is going to be at that point. Editing is usually when most of the creative storytelling happens for projects like this. So otherwise, I'm just throwing the drone up in the air when I have a good time to do it. I make these videos also while full-time driving truck usually, so keep that in mind as well. By the way, truck driver is one of the only jobs that will allow you to also make a harvest video like this. So grain cart, you're always moving. Combine, you're always moving. Truck driving, if it's slow enough out there, which it was this year, then you got all sorts of time to film. Last year, that was not the case. I drove truck last year, and it was constant to and from the elevator, which the elevator is 60 miles from our farm. So yeah, that was a lot of trucking, and I had almost zero time to make a video. That's why there's no 2018 video from Agra Studios and Slivka Farms. But glad that you enjoyed this one, and glad that I had the time to put together what I did this year. So yes. Any other questions, guys? Let me know in the comments. Meanwhile, why don't we just watch it again? I'm going to move this over here real quick so that I can see those comments. And then I believe this will let me watch her again. Oh, hang on. I got to refresh. There we go. It'll let us watch it now. Okay. What do we have for questions here? I think somebody's asking, why didn't I make it 10 minutes longer? The answer to that is pretty much because I did not have quite enough footage to make it past 10 minutes. Sure, I had plenty of footage. I had hours of footage. I think almost 250 gigabytes worth of footage on the hard drive once I was done. But a lot of that footage was very redundant, and redundant footage in an edit using the same thing over and over and over again is terrible with audience retention. So for example, somebody who's never really seen Harvest before, this is a perfect length, in my opinion at least. Now, maybe in the future, I'll do something like vlogs where we'll get a ton of content out there. For those of you who really, really want to dig deeper into what we do in the breaks, I think that'd be a great idea. Maybe next year I'll be able to make that work. A vlog would be awesome. Maybe not daily, but twice a week. If I have time to edit it, that would be awesome. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to play this again here. Of course, you can go to the other video and watch it too, but I'm going to start playing the video again on the stream. That way, if you have any specific questions, then fire away in the comments. All right, here we go. So this is the intro. I definitely want to do a little more with this. If you've seen Doug's video, his intro was excellent. Doug Armconnect of the LaRoche Harvest video series. The music definitely helps with this one, as does some of the ambient sound. Not that it was the best, but I got what I got. Someone in the comments is asking, how were the crops this year? The crops were very good. Not the best that we've seen, not the worst that we have seen. Overall, very good. Barley was almost at 100 bushels an acre. Wheat was around 60 bushels an acre. I can't actually remember what the peas and canola did. The peas were not the greatest. The canola was not quite as good as last year. But overall, excellent harvest. I'm going to drop this audio just a little bit so that we can hear me. All right. Was canola one of the crops I seen? Yes, it was, Robert. You'll see canola towards the end. I see IH100's here. Hi, I'm late. No worries, IH100. Thanks for being here. After the stream here, we will... Well, yeah, you can go watch this video at any time. It is out and live now, so... That's actually probably where half of everybody is watching the actual video, not this. But that's all right. This is just for the people who really want to know a little more about it. Dewey is asking, do you edit to the beat of the music? Yes. That is what can really make you stand out from a lot of other creators out there, is really edit to the music and get those timings perfect. And that'll really help. And I always go for a little bit less of a clip rather than a little bit more of a clip, with a few exceptions as far as how long to stretch it out. But cutting to drum kicks especially is actually really important for a project like this when you do not have a bunch of dialogue especially. So what other questions do we have? Let me know. We can do this for a few more minutes here. Another thing to keep in mind for these kinds of edits is I like to give breaks from the main driving music. So right now we have a lot of that natural sound. We have people talking. Well, now we don't, but we did. So that keeps things dynamic. That way it's not just high energy all the time. We're going from a point of high energy, kind of back down to slow things down to a lower point of energy, and then we're going to build up again. The intro is like that. This second wave is like that. A third wave is like that. And then there's a fourth wave with the 4 tracks of music throughout this video. What other questions do we have? Let me know in the live chat. And if you're just joining me, my voice is not great right now. So my apologies. Another question. How did you color grade? We might be able to I might be able to show you afterwards, but I just use the Lumetri panel in Adobe Premiere Pro. Basically, I usually, excuse me a second. Silly cold. Usually, I start with the tone curves in Lumetri, and then I move on to, actually no, I fix white balance first if that needs done. Then I fix exposure with the curves. Then I use the color wheels to push an overall look. Usually something warmer than the original footage. Time lapses were all shot on a DJI Osmo Action. Great camera. There's a few complaints I have about it. For example, there's no cinema color mode in time lapse mode if you're into action cameras and into color sciences. But if you're a beginner, if you just want good footage and something that works, I'd really recommend a GoPro 8 or an Osmo Action. GoPro 8's still very new. It'll be a while before we know if it has a bunch of bugs or not, but Osmo Action so far does not freeze up like the GoPro 7s did. So if anyone had any questions there. What other questions do we have? Let me know in the live chat. And thank you for joining, by the way. This is one of my favorite shots, by the way, this truck driving pretty much along the edge here. Beautiful lighting. I'm using the sun behind me for backlighting. I do this a lot in this video, actually. In any of the evening shots. It just really brings things out. So here's another one of those kind of break points. Music's kind of gone or slowed down. There's dialogue. There's something specific happening. In this case, we blew a hydraulic hose on the header. And so here's some footage of getting that fixed up real quick. All right, Massey860's asking, how'd you get such great camera angles? The honest answer to that is it takes a lot of practice and patience to get good camera angles and to get good with running a camera. So I've been doing this for almost 10 years. Go back to some of my old videos, you will not see things like this. I sucked when I started. Everybody does. It just takes experience, both for the filming and editing. But eventually, you will end up framing your camera in some awesome ways and getting awesome shots like this. This is one of my favorite ones right here. It's also in slow-mo, 60 frames a second, slowed down to 24, actually. That's another trick that I used in this video for those of you who are kind of into filmmaking. I filmed everything in 30 or 60 frames a second, but slowed everything down to 24 frames a second in editing. So a 30 frame second clip slowed down to 24. Just slows it down 25%, which most people don't even notice it's been slowed down, but it kind of gives it that dreamy effect. A lot of people do that in the artsy filmmaking world. I wasn't a fan until this year, but I love it now that I did it. Back to the video itself. This is another one of my favorite parts. Hauling grain all the way to the elevator. So here's another time lapse. This one's pretty good because it was in the morning. My only complaint about it is that it is a little fast. I wish I could have slowed it down a little bit, but the way the music was going, I ended up making this choice. So, and I'm gonna, excuse me guys, I'm gonna show you right here. You might have to full screen for this. I don't think anybody caught it in the debut, but time code 722. Look at the billboard where my cursor is. What do you guys see? I don't think Nick saw it. He was here earlier. Fun little Easter egg. Leg Arms is on a billboard. That's where he is. If anybody's looking for him, I know he's been lost. I didn't even see that notification there. You guys are leaving some great comments. I'll definitely be replying to those. So, thank you. Here's another cool shot. I wish it had better audio, but got some ton of geese in this field, and they were starting to migrate south for the winter. So, awesome shot. Oh, we got another question. Any good bloopers? Nothing that really stands out. Definitely a couple funny things that I caught on camera. Maybe I'll share with you later. but nothing exceptional. Most of what I got was inside jokes that no one would understand. So, but there'll be a good blooper someday for sure. Clayton says, well, excuse me. Loved the videos. Thank you, Clayton. If there's any other questions that anyone has, fire away in the live chat. I love reading questions. So something on our farm that we do a lot every night is supper in the field. So I really want to capture that in this video. And it's just an awesome time. It's the one time when usually everything is shut down and everybody can enjoy a meal together. It's very important when you're running long hours for sure to be able to just take a short break and enjoy some company with families. So yes, supper in the field is always going to be a critical component to these videos. Awesome thing that we do for sure. And that a lot of other people do as well. And then, of course, after supper, it's back to work. This is the canola. Whiteman saying he had a good drone air brake. Uh-oh. You were doing a flyby, and DJI obstacle avoidance caught the edge of the header. Oh, for a sec, I thought you said you hit it. That's relieving, at least. Awesome that the DJI obstacle avoidance saved you from that. Clayton is asking, what area of Montana is this? This is north of Lewistown, Montana, and south of Havre, Montana, right in the center of the state. Our nearest community is Winifred, Montana. So right on the edge of the Missouri River, basically. Beautiful area. Very remote as well. Our nearest Walmart's probably about 2.5 hours away. So that's a thing. Not necessarily the most remote part of the state, but up there definitely. All right. What is your favorite combine brand? Definitely Gleaner. Gleaner by far makes the best combines in the world. I'm kidding. I really don't have a favorite. I really love what Case IH is doing. I have not been around John Deere machines, at least modern John Deere machines, but they're doing some awesome stuff as well. Grandpa's a pretty diehard Case IH fan, and my dad's a pretty diehard John Deere fan. So our equipment is fairly mixed on the farm because of that, but definitely keeps things diverse, that's for sure. All right, Aaron's asking, hey, have y'all ever thought about making desktop backgrounds of the area? It's absolutely stunning. I definitely think I could sell some stock photos of the area. Definitely have the equipment. I just need to find the perfect day with the perfect lighting to snap those photos. But yeah, I'm sure that I could do something. And we got a comment here from the video itself. Once again, I'll be reading those after the stream. All right, how many acres do we farm? About 6,000 are planted every year. We also run about 200 Black Angus cow-calf pair on the farm as well. So, yeah, awesome, diverse place for sure. Awesome place for me to have grown up. I'm not on the farm right now. I am in Bozeman because I'm a college student here at Montana State University. But, yeah, farm's pretty awesome for sure. Great to grow up out there and be around so many crops, at least as of recently as well. Like before, we pretty much just did wheat. Now we're doing 4 crops, and we'll see if we keep that up. So, all right, guys, I'm about to close it out so that you can just go back and enjoy the video again if you want. But if you have any other questions, now is the time to ask. And I'm unfortunately going to have to give my voice a rest because it is starting to break up a little more here. So any last questions? Now's the time. And thank you guys for your awesome support. Awesome to see 31 of you in this live stream afterwards to be able to support this film. And it's awesome to see your curiosity on it as well and the questions that you have about how something like this goes together. My goal is to get you guys to do videos just like this one. So every once in a while I do something called Agra Live, and that is where I watch your videos that you can submit to the link per it's somewhere. But anyway, you guys send me your videos, I watch them live on something just like this, and we talk about them. We talk about what's great in them. We talk about how we can make them better. But overall, it's really cool because we get to see farming from around the world, and that's just amazing. So the next Agra Live is not scheduled yet, but I believe if not, it'll probably be November. Early November is what I'm shooting for, and I'm hoping to have a awesome special guest join us as well. Don't know who yet, but all right. I got a few more questions, and we will start with Robert asking, is canola losses hard to get down? We grow mustard, and the lowest we can get the loss is 45 seeds per square foot. I actually don't know what loss on canola is. So we never had an issue with the canola this year as far as hail damage or anything that would cause the crop to lie down. So yeah, that I don't know if perhaps my dad or my grandpa might know, but we haven't had that issue yet since we're still pretty new to canola. So, but that is an excellent question. Monty's asking, what are you taking in college? Ag communication. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right here. I'm taking a bunch of ag classes to further my knowledge in agriculture. So there's ag business classes in there. There's range classes in there. Nothing specifically with crop science. Nothing specific with diesel mechanics. Learning diesel mechanics would be, or diesel technology, that would be an awesome program to go through as well. We have a really good one up here in Havre, Montana. But there's also a communication side to this degree. The communication side is learning video, learning podcasts, learning how to write, things like that. Learning how to advocate for the ag industry. So it's an awesome major if any of you are looking for something that you want to do in college after high school and as a career path in general. You should really consider an ag comm degree. They are rising in popularity, and it's just an awesome way to be able to share your story and share the story of agriculture. So, and you don't have to grow up on a farm to be an ag comm major either. We have plenty of more urban people here at MSU that are in the ag comm program here. So, all right, Jason's asking, did you get everything off before it got rained and turned into... Yeah. So fortunately for us, we finished in early September, which was actually the latest I've ever seen us go. I've never seen us go into September before. We usually start in mid-July, very late this year. So anyway, we finished in early September, and that was good because we did beat the snow. We got hit by, not near as bad as North Dakota, but we got hit by some pretty significant snow still. And it was good to have the crop off before that. Unfortunately, I have friends in another part of the state, northeast Montana, that they're still going. They're still hanging in there. They still have wheat to cut as well as chickpeas, I believe, up there. And I believe Tony Fast, who is also up there, just finished yesterday or the day before. So things have been going very late in the state of Montana for harvest. So yeah, definitely thoughts and prayers to all those guys who are still at it. They've been at it for almost 3 months. It's been crazy. So really hope that they can get their acres cut and just be done with it. So Dewey saying social media tool is a very important tool for modern ag, and I agree. And I'm glad that people like Nick Welker, Millennial Farmer, I mean, there's so many to name. I'm glad that all those people are doing what they're doing, not only on YouTube, but also on Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok. I predict a TikTok explosion in the ag sector in the next year. I personally am not a fan of TikTok. I think it's kind of lame, but that's the thing that all the young kids are using right now. And that is also going to be an excellent way to get some really funny kind of farming video clips in. So if anybody has any crazy ideas like Farmer Derek, TikTok's the place for that these days. Jason says, I'm from North of Malta on the border. There's still a pile of acres up here not harvested. Man, yep. That's kind of the part of the state I was thinking too. Crazy. I really hope that everybody can get all that harvested. And if you're one of those people, hopefully, yeah, you're able to eventually get it off. It's been raining and snowing on and off so much in this last month. So it's crazy. And then even us with seeding, we started seeding yesterday or the day before. And that's pretty late for us. There's a lot of people who are seeding late or possibly even not seeding at all this fall for winter wheat. So crazy weather. 2019 has not been the finest year for a lot of things in agriculture, but you just got to push back through it. All right. Well, I see we're about 30 minutes in, and I think I might call it good here, guys. But thank you very much for watching the video, and thank you also for tuning into the stream. We'll be back with an Agri live stream, hopefully within a few weeks here. It's been a while since I have had time to do one. Things have been chaotic with school and a few other things as well. So definitely want to jump back into the live streams though. And this one was fun as well. So thank you guys excuse me. Thank you guys very much for being here. And real quick, I'll answer Jay's question. How old are you is what he's asking. Answer, 22 years old. My birthday was just a few days ago, actually. So yeah, fairly young for some of what I do, especially kind of on YouTube and social media. But there's a lot of other young farmers my age out there as well doing similar things. One that comes to mind is Cole the Corn Star and quite a few others. So yeah, it's awesome. Anyway, take care, guys. Be sure and watch the video again because it turned out awesome this year. And I'll catch you in a stream or maybe a video blog at some point in the near future. Thanks, guys.